These are all things that's going to cultivate your identity of becoming lifted and elevated, right? What we're going to talk about today, we're going to talk about how to update your identity and shift your reality, right? How to update who you are, raise who you are, so you can shift your reality, right? Your external world. Oftentimes we got great people around us, right? But one thing you got to remember is that, these people that are great for you to have around you, mom and dad, sister, cousins, aunts, best friends, colleagues, all these people gives you comfort, right? Gives you a feeling of safety. It feels good to be with them. Otherwise you wouldn't be with them. But sometimes you got to be disciplined with those people there, because those people might be great. They're such good people, but those people, right? They're brakes on you. They're holding you back, right? And this is a little bit like what we're going to talk about today. Today we're going to talk about, I'm going to take you through 4 steps that basically, will get you to understand how do you elevate yourself. And I haven't even put that point in there, but like the people you got around you, the people you got in your proximity, the friends, the colleagues, the people, right? There's such a big influence on how you're thinking and viewing the world, right? You can be inspired here at 8 o'clock. You can go and catch up with 3 people at 9 o'clock, and you can leave 10 o'clock being depressed or being in scarcity or being concerned or being like, oh, is that a good idea I had at 9 o'clock or at 8 o'clock this morning here? That's just how the mind works, and you might not even be aware of it. I keep hammering on this one there. The people you got around you, the people you got in your court. This is why having a coach, right? This is why I say to all my clients, especially the new one that starts on, 50% of the work is already done right now by you having someone else looking into the picture you're in right now. Having someone you're responsible to, we all need that, right? Michael Jordan had that in basketball. He was the best in the world. He still had coaches, right? He still had trainers on. He still had people that looked from the outside and that could help him. Same for you. No matter where you are in your life, you need someone from the outside, and this is not in your circle of influence right now. So that's just a little side note. But what we're going to talk about here is, number 1, you will always be the bottleneck of your event, situation, whatever you have in your life, right? It all comes down to you. It's never external. We touched base on that in yesterday's live, is that whatever happens to you, the car wreck, right? You're in a car crash, right? You get hit by a car, you getting laid off from work, whatever it is, you're like, oh, why did I go there and that happened? Why has that happened for me right now? Why is that person breaking up with me? Why am I getting out of shape? You're blaming external things. But first thing is that you must claim power back and take full responsibility. Whatever happens, whatever might not feel like your mistake in the moment, right? Some of your close family members pass away, right? And you get depressed right now, and something happens in your life as a cause of that. So understand that no matter what happens and no matter what it looks like in the first place, it's always you. It comes down to whenever something happened in your life, always. You are the bottleneck of your life, right? So when you want to try to change your life, when you want to try to change your circumstances, the situations, the events, all the things that happen around you. I hear that so often when I'm talking with someone. It's like, if you take relationship, for example, it's almost like, oh, Simon, I always just seem to, fall for the same type of girl or the same type of guy, right? Classically, you hear it with a girl, like, the girl is falling for the bad boy look, and it's like, oh, that's just idiots and they're just douchebag, and it's like, it's never ending up in the right place, right? But I always keep falling for the same thing there, right? It's the same, right? Because you are drawn, right? You are the person that's responsible. You get drawn into that because of the person, the signals, right? The attraction you have for the other person. It's like magnets, right? South and North Pole, right? Like zip. That's who you are. So it always comes down to you first. Just remember that. So whenever you're trying to improve yourself, whenever something bad happens to you, a coronavirus hit, take full responsibility of your circumstances. Number 2, focus on the habits. So instead of you focusing on, oh, I want to get in great shape and I want to look sexy and freaking good in the next 12 weeks because we're in lockdown, I want to train, blah, blah, blah. Focus, shift your focus, have the goal, we talked about that. Having an emotional reason for doing something. But straight away, I want you to go into the mechanics and thinking about, okay, how do I make this goal here right now tangible for me to do every single day, right? So let's say you want to get in shape, right? Focusing on exercising every single day and doing it for an extended period of time, that will start creating those neural pathways and start creating the motion and the will and the interest of exercising and, you know, eating healthy or whatever it is. It will start be creating as a habit. Right? So have that in your mind instead of thinking about, oh, I'm just gonna get this done and then I will be great in 12 weeks. Or I'm just gonna do that now and then I will be smart in 6 months' time. Focus on the habits. Focus on the habits. Okay, I wanna become smarter, right? I want to learn a new skill right now. I want to become better at sales. I want to become better at coaching. I want to be, you know, in greater shape. Okay, what can I do right now to develop the habits of it? Okay, great. I got 20 books up there right now, all on business, marketing, sales, and so on, right? Okay, could I make it a habit to say to myself and put in my calendar every single morning for 20 minutes and every single night for 20 minutes, I want to read in this book here, and put that into your calendar. Developing the habits, right? So again, when we talk about shifting your identity, updating your identity, right? It's a reflection of the habits you start developing in certain areas. So again, when you're trying to move yourself up, when you're trying to change some sort of reality in your life right now, focus on the habits. So that's what it's all about. It's all about moving the bar up so you won't fall back again. And that's going to lead into the third point, is that commit to the end. And what I mean by that is that when you start developing the habits, right? You start seeing yourself taking more action. You start seeing yourself becoming a different person, right? When you're locking in, it's almost like a pit bull, right? You're locking in on a certain area of your life that you're going towards. You're improving your health, right? You're improving your finances. You're improving your love relationships over here, right? You're becoming more social, going to more events, going on more dates, whatever it is for you, right? You start rolling, right? You start moving. The snowball is start moving. You got momentum in that area there right now. What I want you to do, I want you to develop the habit and get in your mind that there's no way out. So starting a business, for example, classic example. I can't remember how many businesses that go bankrupt or fail within like the first year. I think I heard it so many times, but I can't even remember the exact, but it's something like 80 or 90% within the first 2, 3, 4 years that they're out of business again. What if you had in your mind, right? We all fail on things. It's not about that. But what if you have in your mind that you will never ever quit? Things might fail, things might work, you might stop something and start something new. But if you in your mind, right, developing the habits of I will never ever quit no matter what. That's a very, very powerful belief to start having. And when that starts happening, you start seeing yourself involved. Because it's just like ongoing. It's like being in a jungle, right? And it's just never ending, moving back and forward. And that's where you start involving and start changing yourself. If you don't quit, if you refuse to quit, and no matter what you're doing, I promise you, you will have greatness. You will figure out. So the last one, explore your wins. So there's two sort of ways of looking at it. Lots of people out there, they're and I actually agree with both of them. So lots of people out there are saying that you will learn more from your failures than you will from your wins, right? And then there's also people that have the opinion of you will learn more from your wins, right? And build upon those things, right? I don't want to learn from failure. If I could win all the time, that would be great. If you could win all the time and just become better, wouldn't that be great? I agree with that. I agree with both of those statements there. I also agree with that when you're hitting failure, when you're hitting struggle and obstacles, something else is coming out of that. And what is that? That is calluses. That is hard skin. That is persistent, discipline, mindset. These sort of things come in those times that when you're hitting a roadblock, okay, this is not working. What do we need to do to climb to the next level? I believe that you need to have that. But in my point here is that explore your wins, meaning that whenever you're doing something good, right? Reflect over it, lean into it, Do more of it. Be aware of it, right? Analyze it. What am I doing here right now that's working? This is why writing journal every single night is an amazing, amazing tool, because you're recultivating the things that you're doing on a daily basis that is good for you. I did this well today, right? I made someone else feel good today. I gave a great results to a client today. These are all things that's gonna cultivate your identity of becoming lifted and elevated, right? So again here, what we talk about here is that for you to have whatever you want in your reality, if you wanna shift and change your reality, you gotta shift and alter your identity. It's just a vicious cycle, like you're gaining momentum and that becomes better and you start seeing more results, and when you start seeing more results, you start believing more in the possibility of it. When you start believing more in the possibility of it, you start taking more results and it just becomes magnificent, and you start changing.